Hey, man.
Man, first thing you just said now was, why is people still arguing over unk status? Bro,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why they arguing, because people don't want to accept their age, man. People are scared of death. And that's going to segue us. But at the same time, people are scared to know that they're getting old. Everybody want to hold on to their youth forever. Y'all unks, man. You are an unk when the youth looks at you as an unk. Now, you don't get to decide when you are unk. When they decide for you.
Yeah. And by youth, we talking about what? 18 and under? 21 and under, maybe?
Yeah, maybe 21 and under, 23 and under. Because once you get to 27, I got news for you. They already looking at you like when you 27.
Yeah. And this is the crazy thing, from a perspective of a 21-year-old looking at a 27-year-old. We look at a 20, like, even though y'all both in the 20s, I remember being 21. You see that person that's 27, they old to you.
Older. They look older to you. Yeah. I remember feeling that way about my own friend. Hey, look, bro, back in college, Juan wasn't that much older than us, but we thought Juan was an old head, bro.
He was like the old head. He's like, dog, you the old head.
What was he, 23, 22 when we were 18,
like,
19?
He had been like 3 years older than us. 3 years older.
Maybe 4. He was an old head to us back then.
Yeah, so when we're 18 and he's 21, we looking at it like, yo, so who's the old guy? You know what I'm saying?
Who's the old dude?
Who's the old guy? Where he come from? Where the old guy come from?
Yes. Yes.
We 18, you 21, we 19, you 22. We 20, you 23, but you the old guy.
That's all it come down to, man. That's what it come down to. I remember being 23 and having people around that was 27 and being like, yo, you getting a little old to still be doing the stuff you doing. You should calm down. And then I got 27 and I got judged the same way.
You shouldn't be hanging out with me. You should be doing what I'm doing. You're 27.
That's how I feel.
You know what I'm saying? You should be off working your big boy job with your house and your fence and whatever, living a grown man life, waking up in the morning, go get your newspaper with your robe on. Why is you still living my life as a youth?
Yeah.
And you only 4 years older than me. That's how we looked at it. But that's the truth though. Like, once the youth start looking at whoever as that next level or whatever it is, whether you turn into big bro, they look at you as big bro, you big bro. It's cool. And if you 35 and you consider unk, guess what? You 35 and you consider unk. Embrace it. I don't know why. And like the conversation came up, I was just scrolling through my and like even over scrolling through my Instagram, and over the last week or so, I kept seeing conversations of this. So it's in my feed heavy, and it's like, why are we still having this discussion of what an unkie is, what an auntie is? Like I thought we had our age brackets down. But then now we want to still move the goalposts a little bit and be like, nah, man. I think it was Ryan Clark. That's what I was watching. Ryan Clark. He was like, I'm old, but I ain't old. You know what I'm saying? I'm still but like, nah, dog. You almost 50. Like, it's okay to move past, bro. You about to be an elder, bro. It's like, well, I'm only unk, and it's like, okay, so who looks at you as like unk? So it's like, depending on who looks at you from what age to what age. Like, okay, so you can be an unk at, I think it was Michael Irvin. It was Michael Irvin too. So it was like on It Is What It Is. They were talking about on there too, and Michael Irvin was like, I'm holding on to unk. I'm holding on to unk. So, and unk is like whoever it is that's deeming you as unk. So if somebody's 40 and then you 50. They unk, which is valid, because in real life that's how it is. Like, I'm 40, I'm 41. My uncles are 60 years old. They're in their 60s, so that's unk to me.
Yeah.
As it pertains to culture, and when they walk into a restaurant and they get that senior citizens discount, they get senior citizen. It's okay. It's okay,
man. It's the old people that's resisting. It's the old people that's keeping this conversation alive because they don't want to accept what they are. And like you said, it's subjective. It's subjective. If you 50 and I'm 40, then yeah, you unk to me. You know what I'm saying?
You know
but if you 50 and somebody 20, you ain't unk.
You ain't unk. You grandpa. You elder. But see, and I think you made a good point because it's the older people now. So I think why this conversation is still relevant because I think it's sweeping through the age brackets. So the YNs at first was concerned about solidifying a YN. No, I'm a YN. I'm a YN. And then Big Bro is still trying to hold on to Big Bro. And then once that got solidified, okay, I'm still Big Bro. Now it's getting to the older generation on where they stand. I think it's been moving up the ranks, starting from the YNs and they defining what their YN status is and trying to define. And I feel like the last wave was at the Unk status, and the Unks trying to hold on to whether they Unk or not, or whether they Big Bro or YN. Now I think it's the older folks. I am hearing it more from like the Michael Irvings and the Ryan Clarks, people who are 45 and up, trying to figure out where they land. So I think it's just sweeping across, and it's just we're still trying to iron it out. But now it's just we're focusing on the older people. They're paying attention to it now.
But look, see the funny thing, I seen an NBA video where they were going through different guys in the league, and they were asking them, "What is this player considered in the league?" And then they would show the player in the little edit, and they would show what year they were born in, and they were like, "So and so, oh he Big Bro, he Unk." But the guys that they were calling Unk was born in like 98. They were like, "Oh yeah, if you born anywhere in the 90s, you Unk." Yeah, but if you born in 98, you 27 now, so you can be Unk. You can be Big Bro, but you can be Unk, and it's legitimate. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like depending what the youth deem you as.
Whatever they deem you as, it's not under your control. I don't get to say what I am. How they view me is what I am. Like, and people got a hard time with that, man. You got to accept how the world views you sometimes, man. It doesn't mean it's you, but it's what they view you as. Like,
and like life is beautiful. Life stages are beautiful, and just enjoy every stage because there's a benefit at every stage. Whether you're a toddler, but then there's some hangups as being a toddler. I wouldn't want to be a toddler forever. There's some benefits to being a toddler, but then when you get to be 50, there's some benefits to being 50. Like you gotta enjoy like the ebb and flow of life. It's like you get it there and you get it there, and it's okay. It's okay to age.
Yeah. Okay. You know what else is weird about it though? Because when we were 27 to 30, nobody was calling us Unk. You didn't have no 22-year-olds calling you Unk. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a term we used as slang back at the time. So it's still a little bit of adjusting to the slang also, because that's weird for you to hear somebody 4 or 5 years younger than you talking about you their uncle. Because in real life, I probably wouldn't be your uncle if your parents is doing things at the age they supposed to do things, like, or grandparents are doing it right. I wouldn't be your uncle in real life, like. So it's weird, but it's just slang, man. At the end of the day,
it's the slang that's bringing to light how we've always viewed society. Like you mentioned, we didn't have these terms when we were 19, 18, and 20. But the reality of it is, we looked at somebody who was 24 when we were freshmen in college as that's an old head. They old. You know what I'm saying? They're way more advanced and mature, wherever. They should be at a different level in life. They should be doing different things and thinking differently. And we only but 5 years apart, 4 years apart. Yeah. So now we're just putting some terminology behind how we always looked at it anyway.
Yeah, that hasn't changed how people view each other.
Yeah, that hasn't changed. We're just putting titles on it now, and it's okay. Aunties, you okay? You can be that auntie.
Right. Hey, I remember when Auntie first started getting rolled out. Like I would hear people at the job calling other people Auntie. Hey, Auntie, and I'm like, we all working here together. Why are they calling you? Why you let her call you Auntie? Like this is weird. Like y'all, you not that old. Like you know what I'm saying? Like why are you Auntie to them? Like you know auntie, you like 36 and she like 26. Why is she Auntie? Why is she calling you Auntie? Like I never got it. But
Auntie Anita.
Yeah, they would do stuff like that. And I was noticing this probably like back in 2017 that people started doing stuff like that. But now the internet has made it big, you know, versus it just being something going on behind the scenes. But I've been noticing about 8 years now. Like,
but I mean, like it's just coming around to where it's going through the waves. We're trying to figure out these terms still, and I'm just ready for it to be put to rest. It's all right, man. Just solidify the brackets. You fall in that bracket. And then just be cognizant of the fact that it can be subjected to whoever is looking up at you as what you are. I can look at somebody who's 32 and I can consider them a YN because to me, a 32-year-old now is a baby. But when I was 32, I thought I was grown, but I look at a 32-year-old like, you still young and fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Somebody
still
look at
got
me and they
Similac on your breath, young snap
Yeah.
whippersnapper.
I'm talking about I'm old. A 50-year-old, 60-year-old look at me like, man, you still young, man. You was a baby. I'm like, man, you see all these gray hairs? Ain't no baby.
Yeah.
I'm grown. I'm full grown.
Breath smelling like Similac.
Wet behind the ears.
That's what Jerome said to Cole one time. They were about to fight. Boy, if you don't get out of here, breath smelling like Similac.
Wet behind the ears.
Yeah. What does that mean, wet behind the ears, man? What does that really mean?
You got that new birth still on you. You just came out. You came out the sack. You just came out
The sack.
Yeah, you still got the amniotic fluid on you. That's all it is.
Hey, boy,
I don't know.
That's a good
Anyway,
answer, man. Hey, birth is disgusting now that you bring that up, man. It's really a disgusting process. Just fall out and the sack fall out right behind you. You know what I'm saying? You just attached to a cord when you come out. That is strange.
Man, what is this?
Yeah.
But life is beautiful though, man. Life is beautiful. But how we celebrate life is we smoke these cigars, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So what are we smoking today? What's our stars for the show?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil things for you a little bit. I got a cigar that, from what I understand, may be the only of its kind. Okay. And I learned I don't like something as much as I thought I liked something.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
I got a Camacho today. Camacho? Okay.
I got a Camacho today. Bam. Okay. And this Camacho is way too. Nope, still ain't gonna work. So anyway, Camacho today.
Black and silver?
Black and silver. And this is the triple Maduro. Triple Maduro. This cigar is Maduro through and through. Now, from my explanation I've been given of this took a while for them to figure it out. I think they had 80 some odd attempts at making this cigar work before they finally got the right combination to make it work. It's full of plume. It's bumpy. Mm-hmm. It looks like a teenage boy who's got hormones going wild. Bumps everywhere. Yeah, like it needs some Noxema pads. But this thing here, I realized that as much as I love Maduro, I went to the cigar shop. I said, Garçon, he said, what you looking for? I said, Garçon, I need something that's not too full body. I need something more, in the middle. He was like, all right, what about this? I said, Garçon, I prefer Maduro. Mm-hmm. He said, what about this? I said, triple Maduro? I don't know what that means, but yeah, give it a shot. I look at it, it's made entirely from Maduro. Now, it's hand built in Honduras, but everything with the tobacco is Maduro. And it's not as smooth as you would think. We like Maduro. Say what?
You said a triple Maduro. So
it's all Maduro, filler and everything. Maduro, you know what I'm saying? The wrapper, everything within it is Maduro. But the issue is, I think the Maduro is what gives those smoother, softer leaves more of a full boldness. Oh, so now you go bold, and it's
okay. So, like, you think the filler and the leaves on the inside there, more dialed back, but then you put the Maduro on it, and the Maduro mixes with it to just make it overall smooth. It heightens it up to where it needs to be. It kind of normalizes it where you want it to be. Is that what you think Maduro does?
That's what I'm thinking. After smoking this, I feel like, and sorry, if for whoever actually knows this stuff and they looking at us like, man, we come to y'all for information. Y'all don't know this stuff. I don't know it, brother. You know what I'm saying? Or sister, I don't know.
We learn as we go.
But what I'm learning is this Maduro is very bold when it's got everything Maduro, but when it's normally not Maduro and it's just a Maduro wrapper with, maybe a Connecticut on the inside or something else.
Yeah.
It is. I think this is like what is it in music? You put it on your final on your master track and you boost it. What is that plug-in called? I've been out the game a long time. B, come on, when you to make it louder.
Man, I'm like Moonlight.
Just say normalize. I think this normalizes it. So everything that might be down here, you get a boom. You know what I'm saying? It brings your levels on up. Yeah, I think that's what a Maduro does. But then I got 3 Maduros.
It's just so that's like for those who know music and they know what the waves look like. That's that wave just all like it looks like a big old blob now.
Yeah, it's about the peak.
Everything
it's about the peak.
You hitting red. You hitting red on the meter on everything.
I'm getting close to red. It's yeah. Well, I'll get a review at the end of the show. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I got so far, though, man. Hold on, let me make sure I didn't miss nothing. Yeah, Honduras, and yeah, that's it.
All right. So the Camacho Triple Maduro, and I like Camacho. I found a specific Camacho that I really enjoy that I go back to every so often. Like it's my go-to Camacho. I had it on the show actually many episodes ago. But Camacho, they have a few that's in there that's worth smoking. So we'll see if this one pans out. Triple Maduro, I don't know though.
But look, this thing says on this, it says built bold. It's our big bold smoke for our big bold smokers. Now they don't let me touch the cigars because if I could have picked it up and read this, I'd have been.
Saw that.
Yeah, I'd have saw that.
That's your Garcon really feeling you because your Garcon should have known that label says boldness. Like it speaks to it being bold.
Right, so, right. And all these scorpions they got on the band should have been a warning to me also.
Yeah. And that means it's gonna hit you. It's gonna sting. But guess what though? I'm right there with you with the Maduro, man. I got this Kristoff. I don't smoke Kristoff often, but this particular time in the cigar shop, I saw Kristoff and the band looked nice. And I'm like, this nice little classy type of band here. Yeah. That just felt nice and subdued, but it was like, okay. It looks like a vibe, like a little smooth little vibe, little earthy vibe. So I grabbed it. I don't do Kristoff too often. So I'll do Kristoff this go around. So this Kristoff Kristania Maduro. So it's a Brazilian wrapper. Origin is Dominican Republic. Binder Dominican, filler Dominican as well. But I guess a Brazilian Maduro wrapper, which I'm not too familiar with. Right. But I will say, like, when I see Brazilian, I'm thinking like super spicy, super outrageous. It's gonna be a punch in the mouth and a gut check. But so far, this Kristoff Kristania Maduro, it's nice. It's nice. It's real smooth. I think what I'm smoking is what you was probably looking for.
Yeah, probably.
Like middle of the rating on the profile harshness. Nice, smooth, easy on the palate. I have no complaints with my Maduro.
I never do either. I'm still a Maduro fan. I just know.
Not triple. Don't triple up on it. Don't triple up
on it for me. You know, and look, don't get me wrong. If I was looking for a big bold stick, maybe it'd be fine. You know, since some of this could be just a moment. It's a little early. We're recording pretty early. This is a bit much to start my day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But we good. But as we smoking these, I don't want y'all to be concerned with my voice and thinking that, hey, look, man, like your voice sound crazy. You've been smoking cigars a lot. Yeah. And I've been smoking cigars like a chain smoker over the last couple of weeks to a few months, you know. Like I'm out there, I'm puffing them on a daily now. Before I used to smoke a cigar like what, once a week, maybe every other week. But of course we do the show once a week. But it's always been a goal of mine to get up to every day. And I've been getting them every day. I don't smoke a whole cigar every day, but I've been getting to it every day. But it ain't because of that. It ain't because of that. The cigar.
Man, I thought you was like Arnold Schwarzenegger out in the field when he at war. I thought you was getting your Schwarzenegger.
Hey, when I'm out there, I'll be getting to it. We're right in the cigar. But it's just the season's changing. Finally here in Texas, the weather's finally breaking a little bit. We're in the 80s now, high 80s. And that kind of feels cold to us a little bit. So I'm dealing with a little bit of, you know what I'm saying?
Seasonal allergies.
Yeah, little seasonal allergies, slight little build up, you know. But it's all good. But then on top of that, the couple with the little seasonal icks and whatnot, I had to do a lot of yelling a couple of days ago. So out training the next generation of combat medics, do their thing in the Army. and I got to get in them. I got to get at them. And I
Yeah.
did a lot of yelling, and between the combination of the two, threw my voice out of there. Yesterday, I had no words. I could barely speak.
I bet they were happy yesterday. They sick of being
Like,
called a maggot and get up and
no.
everything else.
I stick somebody else at them. Like, hey, look, I ain't got it. Go give them hell. I employed somebody else to make it happen. It's all good. They still got it.
Hey, when they crawling on the ground and you hop on the ground and get in their face, get up, maggot, faster. Like you be doing like that to them, or what you be doing? Crawling with them in their face.
Sometimes I do. Because it's there's one soldier I was making her do push-ups, a female. And push-ups was looking like trash. So I'm like, what kind of push-ups are those? So I got down with her, got in the face, like, get down, up, down, up. Like, what we doing? It's like, this all I got, sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. Sometimes you gotta get at them like that, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get into it with them. That's the only way they buy in. Like, all right, if he doing it, he can do it, I can do it too.
Boy,
So yeah, it get weird like that.
I got to give it to you.
It get weird like that from time to time.
Man, oh man. Hey, I think you were taking out some of your frustrations from it's been a rough week on musicians this week, man. Especially somebody like yourself who's been on a long he may not come up in conversation on the show that often, but he's an artist.
But when he does come up, I've always spoke highly, very highly, as far as being like my top tier guy in music. So yeah, so maybe Thursday, when I was going a little haywire, it might have come from some bit of frustration,
hurt.
Yeah, a little hurt, little trauma hurt, and I had to express myself a little too much to get that hurt out. But I think I'm doing better now. So we know that D'Angelo passed. D'Angelo died earlier this week.
Yeah.
And I tell you, dog, man, I took it hard. I took it hard. Yeah. I really took it hard. There's a lot of people even when Michael Jackson passed, I took D'Angelo's death harder than I took Michael Jackson's death.
I believe that. I do believe that. I know how much on a quiet level D'Angelo meant to you. Like he's not the guy you bring up in conversation a lot, but he's like a foundation artist when it comes to you and your connection to music. Like he's somebody that's been there since I met you and stayed there. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as
without him even putting out music from the time you met me, well, he had one project, and there's always been somebody I always talked about. And I had to go back to my genesis of when I first started to love music the way I love music now. And that Brown Sugar album dropped at the right time of me getting into music, being 11, 12 years old, sixth grade, I think.
Yeah.
And that's when I was starting to learn how to write music and what that album meant to me. The first time, matter of fact, I don't even know if I ever told you this, but the first rap I ever wrote on my own, of course, because I used to try to learn my brother's lyrics, and I used to write his lyrics out and try to recite them. And Outkast was one of the first times I ever sat down and tried to decipher what bars were. And I wrote out elevators, word for word.
Everybody did elevators.
What'd he say? Write that out, play it, rewind it, write it out.
And I know you're talking about 3 Stacks verse. And that's the crazy thing. I'm sorry to get you off track, but Andre 3000 had everybody in a chokehold trying to learn that verse, which lets you know how game changing that was at the time it was released. The structure of it, everybody wanted to learn that. Like that was different. That whole didn't sound like nothing else.
I sat down. I wrote every single bar, every single word, line for line, trying to figure out that rhyme scheme and what he was saying. But then when it came to me actually writing my own lyrics and recording my own song for that, no, I don't think I recorded at this time. But at least my first song I ever wrote in my music binder, my very first music binder, was to that Lady beat. Because at the end of Lady, he let the beat ride. And that's the first time I ever learned how to loop a beat.
Yeah.
He had enough bars at the end of that song to where you could loop it, and I looped it on the tape. It was all jacked up, but it's the first time I ever learned how to loop a beat, and the first time I ever learned how to write my own song, and it was the lady. But then on top of that, like just listening to how the music was, and sitting with my Walkman, and my dad, he actually I got my copy from him. He always got music for days. But then one day, because he had the joint where they send you like 5 CDs every month or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
those, and then it's
The CD now or something?
CD comes in. Say what?
Was it CD now or something like that? It was I
No,
remember
it was
that.
now it was a Columbia music thing or
I can't
whatever.
remember.
But yeah, he had a bunch of little memberships where we
Yeah.
always just get music. We was in Japan at this time, so getting music was
Parents
hard to
had that
come by.
membership. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he was getting his music, and this Brown Sugar album comes in, and I'm like, Dad, what's that? And he didn't really. I don't know if he knew what he had at that time, but he was just getting CDs. He would play them in the car, play them in the house, and he just made me a copy of the tape. He put a CD on the tape for me. He used to get the little Maxwell joints. Or the what's the
Yeah.
other one? He had the yellow and blue one. He had the black one. He had the little
Yeah.
Maxwell tape. And he would tell me to go get my own tapes. If I get the tapes, he'll make me make me some music on the tapes. So I used to get my little allowance money together, go buy me a stack of tapes, a 10 stack of tapes, or 5 stack of tapes. And be like, hey, and he'd be like, what you want? And I look through his little collection and be like, give me that one. And he made a tape. And ever since he made that tape, that's when I was sold. It was a game changer for me. It was a game changer for me. I used to wake up every day as a little 12 year old listening to that album back to back to back to back to back. Like when they talk about let my tape rock until my tape pop, that was one of the tapes that I would rock until that tape pop.
Yeah.
I was sold. I was sold. And like and so many instances in those first couple albums that was just like game changing for my mind. Next one was when Send It On first came on the radio. We were back in the States by this time. And I remember sitting in the back of my mom's Mercury Sable in the back seat. And she went to the store and let me sit in the back. I was sitting in the back seat, just bobbing out, whatever, just chilling. And then the song comes on the radio, was that Send It On. First time ever hearing it, I sat up. I'm like, what in the world is this? D'Angelo got a new song, Send It On? Like, what is he saying? What's this melody? What's this drum pattern? What's this vibe? All these sounds and things I'm hearing like that's new. And it was just mind blown when that
Yeah.
Send It On came out. And then when the Voodoo album dropped, me and my friends, like after school, we would just sit back and we just like listen to the album over and over and over. And this is around the time when I'm first learning how to get into liner notes and looking at who was part of this. Questlove was on this. Oh, James Poyser, who's that? Roy Hargrove. And I saw Roy Hargrove on like, who's Roy Hargrove? Made me dive deeper into jazz. And then Roy Hargrove became my favorite jazz trumpeter of all time, even over Miles Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. But I learned him from D'Angelo's album, looking at the liner notes, trying to figure out what is going on in this project. What is this? It's just been that foundation of a lot of different steps to what made me who I am musically, man. And
Yeah.
then also you can't say much about it. Can't say too much about the melodies. He got that already. And then on the production, and then just going against the grain of whatever was out, and then making this genre to where all this what we call neo soul stood
Yeah.
there. You know what I'm saying? He put it on his back, and everybody else stood on his shoulders to do what they did. From Anthony Hamilton, Music Soul Child, to Jill Scott, all like just created this whole new thing. That
Yeah.
everybody wanted to be like, and it was black, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's at the time, black and beautiful was my thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you just couldn't beat it, man. You couldn't beat it. So it always stayed close to my heart. So I took it hard.
Yeah. You know, my oldest son asked me when the news broke and we were talking about it later that day in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, who is D'Angelo? You know, and we had these talks where my son's very intrigued on I guess what someone meant to culture. So sometimes we'll say this person is what you would classify as a legend. This person might be somebody who's really popular once upon a time, and this person might be, you know, somebody who had a moment and they kind of fell off. So when he asked me about it, I'm like, this guy is a guy who may not be the most popular artist among just casual listeners, you know what I'm saying, as far as somebody that you're going to know for hit records. But this guy is somebody that's going to be your favorite artist. He's that type of artist, you know what I'm saying? And I had to kind of explain to him what that means. So you have very talented musicians who may go on to sell millions of records, but when you ask them who was an inspiration to them, he'll be the name that comes up.
That's the name that's going to come up.
Yeah, and my son doesn't listen to a lot of hip hop. He's more into pop, so we'll have pop going in the car sometimes. So we're on the pop stations, and the pop stations is giving it up to D'Angelo. Like, yo, when Brown Sugar came out, this and that, when Voodoo Child, like they're like this artist, and it's just like, all right, son, you hear how he did not do this type of music, yet other genres are taking a moment to acknowledge him on the day I said that is a sign of respect for an artist who may not have been sold the most records, but that shows his mark on music. When other art forms have to acknowledge that guy was great and we lost something special. And he kind of understood it from that point in time. And it's like,
and also to think of that, somebody who probably only Brown Sugar was only 10 tracks.
Yeah.
Voodoo was only 13 tracks. Black Messiah had what, 13 tracks? He only released 30 tracks in his whole career. You know what I'm saying? And to have that big of an impact and imprint, and to change music the way he changed.
Yeah.
And to do that influential to that many artists is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And a lot of that comes down to the fact of, like you say, it just pretty much innovating another genre of music. You know what I'm saying? We talked last week about R. Kelly and Babyface and the king of R&B. Then you have to say he's the king of neo soul. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and with that being said, that's a very musical genre. You know, like I've been studying a lot of now when I say I study, like I'm just saying, like I play keys, so I go to learn things about jazz. And everybody that teaches anything about jazz is going to reference D'Angelo at some point in time. Yeah. And I look at these great musicians who are incredible instrumentalists, but they all revere D'Angelo. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like he's held up here amongst musicians.
Like, especially when it comes to like somebody on the keys, it's like, what are these chord progressions? What are these chord progressions? What is this? You know what I'm saying? It's just something that has been done in a way that just translates and transcends, like across different genres, across different minds and colors and nationalities. You know, it's dope to see. And to think that somebody did it with such a short catalog over such a long time, it's insane. And one thing that gets slept on a lot, that daggone Space Jam soundtrack.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs on the Space Jam soundtrack, that man, when I found my smile again came on, like, it was different from everything else that was on that soundtrack. But I loved it.
You know, he's for people our age, I would say he's our Prince. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's our Prince. You know,
he's our Prince and our Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
And our Marvin Gaye. Honestly.
Yeah. He's a little bit of all of that for us, you know. So like I say, the record sales may not show it, you know what I'm saying, as far as numbers. He ain't gonna have Michael Jackson's numbers, you know what I'm saying? But that was still a hard hit to music, because at the end of the day, music it's only what 13 keys on the keyboard. There's only so many sounds you can use to recreate. But he managed to create something that was totally new, and now it influences all genres to an extent. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find a little bit of his fingerprint in everything at some point in time if you do music. And that's the fact that you're able to create something out of a limited amount of sounds, you know what I'm saying, and create something totally new.
Continue to stretch and stretch and stretch. Like, it's can't say enough, man. Can't say enough. But like I mentioned, like I couldn't listen to it. I could listen to it like when somebody passed, you got to you like to do a
Go to the
tribute and
catalog.
listen to their catalog. I couldn't listen to it for like 2 days straight. Like I didn't want to hear no D'Angelo songs. And, I'm quick to play a D'Angelo song. I'm
Yeah.
quick to quote a D'Angelo song. I didn't want to hear nothing. I didn't want to hear nothing. Like, man, I can't even listen because that's what the sounds meant. The sounds meant that much to me, more than most sounds that I've ever witnessed in life. And as far as how much I love music and the catalog of music that I've been privy to throughout my whole life,
Yeah.
that right there just meant too much to me. It meant too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, me and you, we didn't truly speak very much on his passing. You know what I'm saying? But
Not at
I,
all.
I knew behind the scenes how you probably took that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah.
this one gonna be rough for D. Like, and so I was interested to see your point of view on it now that we get to speak on it. But I figured that was gonna be a rough one for you.
Yeah. And there's very few that kind of have that impact. Yeah, that's one of them. That's one of them. Roy Hargrove was another one that was hard for me, but this one right here, yeah, that was rough. That was rough.
I don't think I ever
But
shared this with you.
I
If I
will be
did share
jamming
this
out
with
today.
you, I don't
Say what?
recall sharing it with you. I used to work at this studio like
Mhm.
years ago, and I worked with his one of his cousins, and he used to share
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of stories with me about D'Angelo.
Oh yeah.
Growing up, yeah, how he was, and just little things about uh just his process with music sometimes. And it's crazy. I don't remember none of the stories he shared now. Like
Oh man.
I remember
Definitely get a
talking
story
with
for
him
you.
about it in the
Yeah.
studio when we'd be working. He would bring them up a lot, and I would
Yeah.
ask him little stuff, and he would tell me little stuff. But I don't know if I ever shared that with you, man. And I don't remember.
No.
I probably should have been giving you the stories now so I could have retained them. But
Yeah.
sometimes when you're moving and doing stuff and you're talking in amongst it, you just
Yeah.
you
Don't think just back
just
of your mind, and then they
yeah,
fade.
it falls to the back of your mind. If you don't ever recite them or say them again,
It just fades. Yeah, fades.
they fade out, man. So I wish I wish I'd have went and shared some of those stories sooner. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
could have retained
That'd
them
be
for
dope.
nothing
Yeah,
else.
it'd been dope. It'd been dope.
But yeah,
Yeah, man. But it's all good. Like I'm gonna be jamming out today. I can finally get my mind wrapped around actually like taking it in the music and appreciating it and appreciating the art and the light that was shed while he was here. You know, got some theories in my mind that's unfortunate, like that actually contradicts how I feel about the individual and the music, because I know there was a different side of things. And we'll talk offline about that stuff if you want to.
we can. Can I say one thing that you told me?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
can.
yeah. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
What happened 30 years ago?
30 years ago is when Brown Sugar dropped, 1995.
When you said that, I was like, oh no, oh no. But I didn't let my
30,
wheels
30
get to
year
turning
theory.
because I didn't want my wheels to turn. So I just like,
30
you know
year
what?
theory. And like, and to go into it a little bit, don't want to take any shine away from the props that we just gave. But it was a lot of energy that wasn't necessarily right. Like we know he had the struggles throughout those
Yeah,
different projects and after. And to me, it felt like somebody who might have got involved in some things that they probably shouldn't have, and was tormented by those things throughout their life and try to run from it, but it kept chasing until it came to collect, to keep things short.
yeah. And what's crazy is Angie passed also. So their
Mm-hmm.
son also, both their parents in a
Mother,
very
yeah,
short
mother and
window
father.
at a very relatively young age when you consider when they should have passed. Now, obviously, they
Yeah,
say he was fighting pancreatic
yes,
cancer behind the
yeah,
scenes, but and Angie had an accident, which was
tragedy in and
random,
of
but
itself. Yeah,
it's just it's weird, you know what I'm saying, to lose them both like that, and
yeah.
so
Within a
close,
short time, what, 8 months apart, 7 months apart, or something like that.
something like that.
Within the same year,
Calendar
anything within the same year time frame is
year.
a short window.
Yeah,
That is like that's insane.
yeah,
So well wishes to him, their son, Angie and D'Angelo's son, and all their kids, her kids, her other kids, his other kids too.
yeah,
Whatever their family structures are, it's tough for all of them. But at the same time, like, it's just, man, you got to be guarded in life, man. Got to be guarded in life.
Yeah.
Take care of that spirit, man.
Most definitely, most definitely. Hey, I know this is gonna be a short one, guys, but we about to
Yeah.
review these cigars at this point in time. So
Yeah. I'm getting sad again, man. Getting sad again. But
yeah,
let's get into it. Let's talk about
get
these
into
cigars, man. Let me know about this Camacho. Or you want me to go first?
I'll kick it off with the Camacho because oddly enough, I don't have a lot to say about it other than what I touched on in the beginning. It has smoothed out. It's smoothed out to not feeling as full body. So it's probably some of that first initial getting going that hit hard. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a bold stick. Bold is a great word for it because it's not necessarily full body as much now. It's more in the middle range, but it's very bold. It's a lot of zest in here. It's a lot of boldness. It's a lot of woodiness and earthiness. It's a lot of smokiness. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about smoky cigars, it's a lot of that. You know what I'm saying now? But is it as intense at this point in the cigar? Not as intense, but it's all of those things, but they just got a certain strength to it. You know what I'm saying? Just bold. You know what I'm saying? You can eat like bold food. You can eat like beef jerky that's bold, but it ain't necessarily spicy or yeah. So it's giving me that. But the stick overall, it's got a good draw and it's got a good construction to it. Got a great smoke to it. Don't mind the aroma. Nice aroma to it. It's not gonna hit the fours for me. I'm gonna go from 1 to 5. I'm gonna go. I feel like going 3.5. I keep fighting my instinct. My instinct. This is a 3.5, so 3.5 it is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Just not the flavor for the moment. Not the flavor for the moment.
Flavor for the moment. You know, but it's doable. It's doable. And for somebody, it may be the flavor for the moment, just not for me. But it's just not enough of what I like for me to go higher than that. So I don't think this is entirely preference that I'm giving, but at the same time, preference does play a part in this 3.5.
It's influenced by preference, but it's okay. Yeah. Hey, look, but that's the information that we all need, right? Because it's like, okay, what mood are you in? What's going to tailor to your mood? It's going to give you the best of that cigar that you want. And if it's not for the moment, it's going to degrade the experience. Yeah. So knowing what vibe you're on versus the cigar that you're smoking, also it can enhance the experience, or it could, down the experience a little bit, and that's okay. That's okay. You should know what vibe you're on and what you're looking for, and find something that matches it. That way you can heighten the experience of your cigar.
Yep. Bingo.
That's all right. That's all right. That's good information to know. Okay, so for my Kristoff Kristania Maduro, really, really smooth stick, man. This makes me want to give Kristoff a little bit more of some more attention. Now, will all the other cigars land where I'm getting with this cigar? Maybe, maybe not. I've had a Kristoff before and it didn't wow me, but this one so far is it fits the moment, right? It's not so I guess opposite of you. Mine actually fits. I didn't know what moment I was going to be on, but this actually feels right for the time, right? Earlier morning smoke, nice and smooth, nice and easy, very palatable. Like as far as like the tasting notes, you get like this. It's a lot. It's like a fruit nut mix. Like if you had like some raisins and some fig with some pecans and walnuts. That's what I'm kind of getting. Acorn, chestnuts roasting on an open fire, pretty much.
You got a trail mix cigar.
Yeah, that little trail mix with no salt. Like an unsalted trail mix is what I'm getting right here. Yeah. So that's the kind of vibe I'm getting with this guy, and it's real smooth. So nothing too bold and nothing that's like too wowing, but something that's just real calm and real chill, like, but lets you know that you're smoking a cigar. Like it's not a bunch of nothingness. It definitely has some substance and it's giving you some nice flavors, but they're really chill vibe flavors. Perfect for the morning. Perfect for the morning, or perfect for a nightcap. Late night. You just want to sit on your porch and just not do too much. This is gonna get you right where you want to be when it comes to that, and it met me right where I needed to be met for this morning. So other than those fruit nut type of flavors. I'm also getting some wood, nice little aroma. It's kind of like it's like a slight cinnamon aroma. It's just a little different. I don't usually get that too much, but it just gives this lightheartedness when it comes to this particular cigar. Looking at my cigar, I got a little bit of plume too. Only dig I'm gonna get on this. I don't know if it's my fault. Maybe I dried out the cigar a little bit too much, but I had to use way too many matches. I got like 8 matches up here that I had to keep trying to light this thing with. So construction wise, maybe not the best, but as far as the flavors and the smoking experience overall, I would say really, really good. I'm gonna give this cigar a solid right on the 4.0.
Okay, cool. That's a good score. All right, y'all, man. That's it for this week's episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast. We up out of here, man. Y'all keep y'all six up high.
Yeah. We out.